The State Patrol is investigating a fatal crash that shut down Highway 169 for hours in Brooklyn Park. The crash happened at around 11:30 Monday morning on northbound 169 near the Champlin border. One of the vehicles involved burst into flames. You can see the smoke from the crash and later two charred vehicles on the highway. Police say multiple people in one of the vehicles were killed. CCX News is working to get further details from the State Patrol. Due to the crash, the northbound lanes were closed for about 4 hours on Monday. There is a rematch planned for Minnesota's 5th Congressional District, where Representative Ilhan Omar faces Democratic challengers. Kevin Miller has more.
It must begin again.
From his home in North Minneapolis, Don Samuels says he continues to see issues with our democracy.
Democracy is kind of getting a little difficult and divisive.
The three-term Minneapolis City Council member challenged Ilhan Omar for the Democratic nomination in 2022. He wasn't successful.
I lost by a mere 2% the last time after just less than 5 months of campaigning.
He's running again, but this time he's announced his candidacy earlier.
We were on an incline of growth, and if we had another few weeks, we could have won the election. So instead of tacking on a few weeks, we're tacking on a few months.
He said he aims to be a moderating voice that can bring communities together.
I want to demonstrate that I am someone who can bridge the gaps. I think anybody who assents to leadership needs to serve all constituents.
He said he's focused on public safety issues.
In the suburbs, people are still getting carjacked.
And he questioned Omar's conduct while in office.
She has a legacy, a negative legacy with the Jewish community, and she hasn't been able to heal that. And she doesn't do constituent service. She hasn't been able to improve that.
Omar responded to the announcement saying she was, quote, incredibly proud of the model of co-governance we've built in the 5th District. She also said she's confident in her ability to drive voter turnout during a presidential election cycle. Meanwhile, Samuels is one of 4 Democrats running in 2024. He hopes his moderate perspective will sway voters to his side.
I'm going to Washington not to make a point, but to make a difference.
In Minneapolis, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
In addition to Minneapolis, the 5th District includes the cities of Crystal, Robbinsdale, Golden Valley, and New Hope. Meanwhile, Brooklyn Park police are investigating a case of shots fired stemming from an incident early Sunday morning. Officers were called to MC's Tap House for a report of gunfire. They found evidence of shots fired in the parking lot. Police say they did not locate anyone who was injured, nor was there any signs of property damage. The case remains under investigation. New Hope police are investigating a burglary at Café Meow. Police say the business was broken into sometime early Saturday morning. The glass of the front door was smashed. Surveillance video showed a man inside the business at the time of the burglary. New Hope police say they recovered evidence and were continuing their investigation Monday afternoon. With temperatures expected to climb into the 60s this week, a business that would usually be shuttered for the season has decided to reopen. We stopped by Golden Valley's Brookview Golf Course, where there are some very happy golfers.
Brookview Golf Course, this is Jim. How can I help you?
Golf is a sport that's dependent on weather.
So I just have 2 light shirts on. 55 degrees today. It's a big plus.
And as most Minnesotans can attest, the weather isn't usually all that dependable in mid-November.
Often we're shoveling snow.
But here on November 13th, snow is nowhere to be found.
Seeing the green grass out there not covered under snow and the clear blue skies, it really is perfect conditions right now.
It's why officials from Brookview decided to give it one last go after initially closing the golf course on November 5th.
This is by far the latest that we've stretched into the season in quite some time.
Brookview came out of its brief hibernation on Monday, and the hardcore golf enthusiasts found time to enjoy the course for perhaps the final time this year.
Every day like this is one less day of winter. It really is.
Rob Jorgensen is one of roughly 200 people who booked a tee time on Monday to take advantage of the unseasonable warmth.
Brookview is great. I love the course. Any course around the cities this time of the year is music to my ears. Yes! Look at that floater!
This late season opening is also music to the ears of anyone in the golf business, due to the fact that courses like Brookview opened later than normal last spring due to cold and snow.
This certainly does help the season. Anytime you can prolong it into mid-November, it's just a wonderful thing for the golf course and for the business in general.
Thanks for calling. I got you booked.
Tee times at Brookview have nearly sold out for the week, which adds thousands of dollars in unanticipated profit to their coffers. With weather like this, it's no surprise that people would jump at the opportunity to play.
It's just a great day to get out and play some golf before the season's over.
It's dry, there's no humidity. Gotta love that.
In Crystal, a new business opening will attempt to warm the soul. TequilaTown held a ribbon cutting to celebrate the restaurant's opening. With a name like TequilaTown, drink specialties, of course, will be on the menu. That and authentic Mexican dishes.
Our community in Mexico, we always wanted to go to the grandmas because we knew that it was going to be special. You know, they put like more love to the food. So that's why we want to be here. You know, we want to make every dish with love.
TequilaTown is located at the Crystal Shopping Center in the former El Loro space.
Not since Armstrong won 5 straight state championships in the early 1980s has the Minnesota high school volleyball team even won 4 titles in a row. That's the mark Wayzata was shooting for Saturday night.
Wayzata looking for another Class 4A title as they met New Prague in the championship match. Wayzata gets off to a good start. Chloe Lackas passes to Stella Swenson, who sets the ball to her sister, and Olivia Swenson delivers one of her match-high 14 kills. But New Prague stayed close all night. Katie Bollinger blocks the attack at the net. They're within 1. Later in the first set, off the Wayzata serve, Katie Kelsenberg comes up with a block. The junior middle with 10 kills in the match. She's one of 4 Wayzata players to make the all-tournament team. They win set 1, 25-20. Second set, Stella Swenson dumps the ball at the net for a point. The Metro Player of the Year puts Wayzata ahead 6-4. But New Prague served well all night. An ace here for Annalise Wilson, 1 of 8 for her team in the match, and it's tied 22-all. Wayzata pulls this one out though. Stella Swenson off the tape with a ball that New Prague can't return. Wayzata goes up 2-0 with a 25-23 win. Set 3, and Avery Klein with a block for one of her team-high 12 kills. New Prague up 14-10, and they lead much of the set. Wayzata, though, shows its championship experience to rally. And when Klein's hit goes long, Wayzata had won a 4th straight state championship, capping a perfect 34-0 season, along with a career of 10 seniors.
I've been so blessed to play for Scott and play for my teammates. They're wonderful, wonderful girls, and they will be my lifelong friends. It's so cool to be a part of this kind of Wayzata volleyball history.
Section girls swimming and diving finals took place over the weekend. Armstrong won the Section 6AA title for a 2nd straight year. 5 local teams, however, competed in the 5AA championships. Ches Moots has the highlights.
The Minnetonka Aquatic Center, the host site of the Section 5 AA Championship. Wayzata is the returning champs. The Trojans had 2 front runners in the 200-yard freestyle. Emily Alberts and Lucy Troyak end up tying for first place, both finishing in 1:45 seconds. In the 200-yard IM, Maple Grove's Libby Baker holds off Wayzata's Lene Kalibo. Baker clocks a 2:06 and scores 20 points for the Crimson. MG got another close win in the 50-yard freestyle. Kaya Flaherty beats out 3 Trojans on her way to finishing in 24.18 seconds and first place. A great finish in the 100-yard breaststroke. Wayzata's Paris Peng sandwiched between Champlain Park Sierra Emery and Olivia Knox. Knox takes first, clocking a 1:09. Peng edges Emery Another good ending in the 100 free. Geneva Fackler of Wayzata beats out Maple Grove's Morgan Thompson by 0.7 of a second to take first with a 53.27 time. One race that wasn't as close was the 100-yard backstroke. It's Baker again winning her second of the day. 55.63 was her time. But the Trojans scored well in several relays. The last of the meet was the 400-yard free. Fackler, Kalibo, Troyak, and Elberts put up a time of 3 minutes 35 seconds. That's good for first overall. And the Trojans as a team once again are Section 5 AA champs, scoring a total of 615.5 points.
We went into this meet knowing the hay is in the barn, as my coach likes to say. You know, all the work is put in, and today we were just doing our barnyard dance. We just went out and went for it, and yeah, I'm just super proud of this team, and it's obviously very emotional for me being as it is my last year, so it was just nice to, you know, end on that high note, and we're gonna put in the work for next week. And
in Minnetonka, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.